Hi, it's your $2 Tuesday movie critic here this week. Happy Independence Day to all. I'm coming to you today with movie soundtracks. Now, initially I wanted to do the movie soundtrack for Independence Day, of course. But I checked that out, and because I never purchased it myself, and it is basically a score of our compilation of the scores on the movie. So since I don't know anything about the composer of that or know anything about the music or anything like that except what I saw in the movie, I decided not to go with that. Instead, I decided to go out with soundtracks for Independence Day as a whole, or the 4th of July. And these are not necessarily, of course, movie soundtracks, but they are soundtracks that people use for 4th of July of our lives, so to speak. So, I have two for you. The first one is Patriotic Country. And this is it. Patriotic Country. And it is a bunch of country artists, and this was done, you know, in honor of the troops. And it's a pretty good list. There are 18 songs, but I'm not going to go over all 18. What I wanted to do was go over the lesser known songs because there are so many great artists on here. It's available on Amazon if you want to buy it, and it's pretty reasonable price. I've had these for a long time. The first song that I wanted to go over was Brooks and Dunn. Anybody that knows country music knows Brooks and Dunn. This is a song that I had never heard from them until I heard the CD, Till My Dying Day. It is a very nice song. It's a mix of country music and calypso music, and it has a beat that you can dance to. I'm not going in any order with these songs, any particular order, like from the best to the worst or anything. They were all great. Now the other song that was on here, Randy Travis, also very well known in country music. He's one of my favorite country male artists. And he has a song, again, that's not so much known, America Will Always Stand. And if anyone's ever heard Randy Travis sing, you know he has this beautiful baritone voice. And he can shift from baritone and tenor, and it's a beautiful transition, and this song is really beautiful. And this song, next song, Kenny Chesney. Now, Kenny Chesney is another one of my favorite male country artists, and this song is Back Where I Come From. It is a beautiful song. You know, if you listen to a lot of country music, you know they do a lot of songs about their hometowns, and this one is no different. Kenny talks about him being from Tennessee and what life is like when he was growing up. Of course, if you know country music, you know Kenny Rogers. Again, this song is Homeland, and it's rarely ever heard on the radio anymore. Patriotic days like today, you know, where like Memorial Day and Veterans Day as well, is when you normally hear this song. But it's a beautiful song. Any song that Kenny Rogers sings really is beautiful. So, and this one is no exception. Now, these are songs that are on the CD as well, and they are by lesser known country artists, but the songs, some of them may be familiar to you, and that's why I wanted to mention them. Neil McCoy, who I've never heard of, but he sings this song, I'm Your Biggest Fan, and it's a lovely song. It's to the troops and to the fans of country music, are his fans, and it pretty much is just a great love song to them, or tribute song, I guess I should say. The other one is by Black Hawk, another group I've never heard of, but they did Days of America, also a good song. This one is a song, I don't think I've ever heard a song like this, Hey Mr. President. It's by the Warren Brothers, who I've also never heard of. It's a nice ballad to the president. It's a personal song to the president, you know. And I've never heard a song like that because it's nothing mean or anything like that. It's a pretty sweet song, pretty much not, you know, saying, hey, great things, but not saying bad things in it either. Just saying, hey, this is the state we're in, and this is what we want to do. It's a really nice ballad. Next song is David Ball. Now, David Ball, his name may not sound familiar, but the song Riding with Private Malone, it should be very familiar to anybody that likes country music, because when that song first came out, oh my God, they used to play it like almost every hour on the hour because people kept requesting it. It's such a beautiful song, you know, it's one of those dedication songs to a soldier. And I never looked to see if it was based off of a true soldier or a true story, because what happened in the song is that he purchased the car, and when he purchased the car, he found a note in the car, and he read it, and somehow whenever he rode in the car or drove the car, he felt the presence of Private Andrew Malone, sitting next to him in the passenger seat. It's a really beautiful song. If you haven't heard it, that's one that I really recommend. And the last one by a lesser known artist, Dusty Drake. And this one is One Last Time. And this is one of those songs. Again, you may not have know the artist, but you've heard that song, One Last Time. This song was initially dedicated to the passengers of the flight that went down in Pennsylvania. It's basically talking about how those people were calling their families back home, and for the last time to tell them what was going on. And every time I hear that song, it's like hearing the Alan Jackson song, Where Were You? It's like when you hear that song, every time I hear it, you know, I just get misty. And hearing that song, I get misty every time I hear it. So again, you may not have heard of the artist before, but that song is pretty familiar to you, whether you like country music or not, because it was like one of those songs that was playing during that time, like nonstop, along with the Alan Jackson song and probably the Toby Keith song too, Angry American. So those are some. Now the Alan Jackson song and the Toby Keith song are not on this CD, but those songs are. And then the last song that I wanted to share was, of course, anybody that knows country music knows Hank Williams Jr. And he's more of what you would call country rock. And he did a song on here, America Will Survive. Now, it's done to the tune of A Country Boy Will Survive, which is the original version of that song. And he just moved the words around a little bit to do, you know, America Will Survive. If you like Hank, you'll like the song. And, you know, it's just pretty much saying, we're tough, we're rough, we're going to make it no matter what's put against us. So America can survive. All right. And that's pretty much the CD that I wanted to recommend. And the second one is God Bless America. Now this one was initially put out to benefit the Twin Towers when the Twin Towers came down. And of course they did a lot of rebuilding. And of course that's all now a huge tourist site where people go, where they did a lot. They finished the rebuilding. I haven't seen it yet, but hopefully one day I'll get a chance to go to New York and see it. This was one of the initial CDs that went out to go towards funding that project. It was produced back in 2001 by Sony Records, and it is traditional songs like God Bless America, The Star Spangled Banner, America the Beautiful, God Bless the USA, because you can't have a patriotic CD without having God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood. That's on both of these CDs. And just a lot of our traditional patriotic songs, as well as untraditional patriotic songs, like Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, Land of Hope and Dreams, Mariah Carey, Hero, Mahalia Jackson, We Shall Overcome. Of course, everybody knows that ever either learned about the civil rights movement in school or was a part of the civil rights movement. That was like almost the theme song for that time. Gloria Estefan, Coming Out of the Dark, beautiful song, just talks about strength and resilience. The Morning Tabernacle Choir, they're the ones that sing the Star Spangled Banner. And Bill Withers, Lean on Me, talks about neighbors leaning on each other and looking out for each other. And Billy Gilman, who is a country singer, There's a Hero. Now Billy Gilman, I hadn't heard anything from him since he became an adult, but when he first came out in country music, he was a kid, and everybody remembers him from this beautiful, clear soprano voice, just so beautiful. And that's not the song that's on here. That is another song, There's a Hero, but it's just as nice. So those are the songs that I recommend for your 4th of July Patriotic Day. Now, if you go on Amazon, these CDs are available, and also there are others. I mean, there are like Patriotic Country 1, 2, and 3. This is just the original version, so you can get those too. And go on Amazon, check it out, and you can either buy the whole CD, and they come in singles too, as you can just pick and choose your songs. So I hope you like the soundtracks that I chose, soundtracks of our lives, so to speak, for today. And I'll be back next week to critique a new movie. Alright, I hope everybody has a wonderful Independence Day. Give everybody thanks for just being a part of this place that we call America, where it's the land of the free, home of the brave. Have a great day, everybody. See you next time.